Hello everyone, thanks so much for being here with me today at Tarot Moods for another reading. This week's reading is all about the week ahead. So I thought this would be fun. I just got like an itch. I was working on a love reading, which will be out also this week. I'm planning to get it out before Valentine's Day. But I just had an itch yesterday. I was like, I need to do a week ahead reading. There's something that needs to be said. So I did 2 piles last night. I did a pile this morning. I'm going to be editing the rest today and hopefully uploading this tonight so that you will have this reading for your week ahead. I have 3 piles for you to choose from. The piles have been great. I'm going to leave you here. Of course, timestamps are down in the description, and I will see you at your reading. Bye, guys. Hello, Pile 1. Thanks so much for being here with me today for your reading all about the week ahead, what you can expect for the week ahead, what is coming up for you. I first want to start out with some Astro Dice. Sorry if that was loud, just to see maybe if there's any themes. So let's go ahead and see for your week ahead. Okay, wow. Okay, so we have Capricorn, Mars in the 10th house. And you know what's really kind of freaky about that? And I wish you could see what I'm looking at. So you know I'm not fibbing. I have this exact placement, Capricorn Mars in the 10th house. So this energy is very familiar to me. This kind of talks about slowly building reputation, slowly building a career that is meant to last for a very, very long time. These are strong foundations, and this is success built through consistent action over and over. This is showing up when you're tired. This is showing up when you're happy, when you're motivated. This is discipline, discipline, discipline. But Capricorn, Mars in the 10th house, well, Mars in Capricorn, is exalted. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the 10th house. But it's exalted. It's a very positive placement to see in a reading, especially if you're here wondering about your career, even though this is the week ahead. We do see themes around your career, or this could be your reputation. So without pulling cards, I'm just kind of speaking right here. This could be talking about you are putting a lot of work and energy towards some sort of career venture, or I'm also hearing you could be seeing your reputation improving. Maybe you are entering spaces that beforehand or in the past you really didn't have access to. This could also be, I'm hearing like someone giving you a resource that you really needed, someone providing something for you that really helps you out. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. I'm using Tea Leaf Oracle right now. We have the Goldfish and Money Path. Okay. So both of these talk about an increase in material wealth or money. So if you guys have been in a bit of a financial pinch as of late, that is definitely improving over the next week. Or you could be hearing good news about your finances. Some of you could be getting a raise through consistent action that you've made in the past. If it's not a raise, maybe you are being funded for something. We were talking about someone coming in with a resource for you. You won't be hurting for money, that's for sure. This next week, you could be receiving some really positive, good news about your money sector. I want to see, I also just want to pull, I'm going to pull a Moonology card just to see if there's anything else we need to know about this. What is happening next? And we have the new moon in Aries with it's time to take action. If you have felt a little restless recently, if you have felt like it's been difficult to sleep, or maybe you even notice you are having more energy to do things right now, you're really being called not to let that go to waste, to not procrastinate. I'm also hearing like sometimes the first or second or third or sometimes even up to like your fifth time of doing something isn't where you find your success. Sometimes it's your 15th try or your 20th try is whenever you see a breakthrough. And it's kind of funny when I think of Capricorn and Aries, while they're both hard-headed animals, very, very, very different energy. Aries doesn't necessarily bode well with the constriction and restriction and discipline energy of a sign like compared to a sign like Capricorn. Aries likes to take action first and think about it later. And I think you are being called to do that. There could be a risk coming up, or if you're putting yourself out there, you could be applying for something that you feel is a little out of your reach or out of your league, and you'd be surprised with what you receive back. Either you're receiving very positive feedback about something over the next week ahead, or you're being invited into a space over the next week ahead. Something definitely related to material wealth could be improving in that realm. If you've been hesitant or discouraged recently, and going back, I'm kind of flip-flopping around, so I apologize, but going back to that message of having multiple attempts at something, while it feels maybe a little unnatural, and if not unnatural, it feels kind of disappointing or like a confidence shaker to have to like redo something over again or make several attempts at something like over and over again. It does pay off in the end, and you end up being more satisfied with the end product. And you end up, especially if this is something that you're selling, like you end up with more than you would have if you didn't continue perfecting something. I want to see, what is your overall emotion for the week ahead? How are you feeling? Okay, so we have some confusion. Let's see. Confusion. Maybe you're hearing these messages and you're like, I have no idea how this would be manifesting in my current life circumstances. Like something kind of feels a little blocked off, and maybe you've been shielded from knowing about something. It's almost like that energy of a higher up has been monitoring you, or they have sent someone to monitor you and you're passing with flying colors, and that's why you're receiving this raise. It's kind of out of nowhere energy. If it's not that, it could also be you're a little overwhelmed with the amount of either resources or opportunities coming to you. This could even be like, I mean, I would love this problem. Maybe you're presented with too much money, and then you're just kind of like, yikes, like maybe I need a financial advisor, or what does one spend their money on depending on how much you get, right? I don't think it's necessarily a negative confusion. I think it's more just unexpectedness. Just you didn't expect something to turn out so well, and you're kind of like, how did I manifest that? Or maybe you even weren't actively trying to change your circumstances, but whether you realized it or not, you were doing all of the right things. You were manifesting this big change. And it's a little shocking. It's kind of like, wow, like maybe doing the mundane things over and over again really do pay off in the end. I'm gonna use the Jupiter Power Tarot right now. I'm just gonna pull a few cards. We'll talk about your career/finances. We'll talk about your love life, and then anything else you need to know. But since career wants to come out first, let us see what. Well, first, is there any action you're going to be taking? Since this says it's time to take action, what is the action that needs to be taken right now for pile one? Okay, so we have the Five of Swords reversed. This is reminding me of like letting your guard down, or letting bygones be bygones. I wonder if you're collaborating with someone that you haven't seen eye to eye with in the past. You're seeing a new perspective. You're sharing a common goal with maybe unexpected people, and maybe that's also a little confusing to you, how well things are turning out or how well people in your career are getting along. This is weird, but I'm getting this sensation of like blood in my mouth. Some of you could be running, or you've been running, because you know when you're like running long distances or you're running really hard, sometimes you can feel the blood vessels popping in your mouth. You can taste it. Or is it your lungs? I can't remember where you can taste it from. I don't know. But yeah, that's an odd sensation I wanted to mention. For some of you, it's almost like maybe because you are deciding to move on from this conflict, whatever is happening, the person you've been in conflict with is reporting back to someone with positive feedback about you. Like, it's this nick of time energy. I don't know. And I don't know the situation, so I don't know if like who or if anyone was in their ego in this situation. It just feels like you are reaching a fair conclusion to this conflict just in time, and it's helping you out with something. Like someone is maybe someone could be writing a letter of recommendation for you that really truly helps you get in to something, like a program, and you're a little confused about that. You're like, really, out of all the people, why would this person? Like, I thought they disliked me. There's this energy of like someone believing in you and someone wanting to help push you to the next level of something. They could be older than you. It does kind of feel like I'm feeling like an older man energy. It doesn't have to be, but that is just what I'm feeling. So look out for any older men that end up helping you in your career here. It's like someone is either reporting with good news, which leads to an increase in your abundance somehow, or someone is finding something that reminds them of you that they think you'd be a great fit for. So they suggest your name in a place that you're unaware of. Like you don't even know this conversation is being taken or is taking place. Excuse me, it's midnight. Yeah, I don't know. This really good energy. What else, Spirit? We have the moon reverse. Yeah, it's like you're not seeing this coming. It's kind of coming out of left field. There could be an offer that feels a little suspicious. It could be like the amount of money you're getting, which like, give me your problems, please. I hope this is my file. The amount of money you're receiving is auspicious. I don't even know what that word means. I mean, I think I know what it means, but I hope I'm using it correctly. It could also be someone was watching when you didn't think they were watching. Someone noticed your good character in action. Someone noticed you doing the right thing when you thought no one was looking. It's like you're proving your character, which could also be this overall energy, because 10th house rules reputation. Someone noticed something little you did that really made a difference, that really proved your character. Interesting. I want to know, do you have any advice for them in their career? Upright or reversed? We have the King of Cups upright. I don't know why I'm just getting this like older gentleman energy. Someone is either taking you under their wing. I don't know, someone just wants to help you grow. Someone either sees themselves in you or admires who you are. they care. For some reason, you pull on their heartstrings. You're pulling on their heartstrings this month. They're having a softer spot for you, and they want to make your life easier. Okay, interesting. Let's move on to your love life. That's really exciting. You're gonna have to let me know what what happens, because I'm so curious. And of course, this is just a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're gonna do the same exact kind of spread. So for pile one's love life, the week ahead for pile one's love life, we have Mars again in the 6th house, and we have Taurus. So let me think. You could either, actually, before I speak, let me pull some cards, because I have a couple of different scenarios for their love life, please, Spirit. We have flowers with happiness. What else is okay? Do you guys work? Okay, so originally, whenever I pulled the dice, I was just like, this either feels like you have a work crush, or you're crushing on someone that you work with, or someone at work is really crushing on you, or you have a lot of people at work really attracted to you right now, feeling really pulled to you, or a lot of people are looking to collaborate with you. They enjoy when you work together. There's something about your energy. It's simultaneously relaxed while also being productive. It's peaceful, it's pleasant. You could have a very soothing voice. There's also this message, like, people can tell you take very good care of your health. So if you've been on some sort of health journey or glow up, that is being shown. People are taking notice. It just feels like things are improving. Like you're getting more attention than maybe you're used to in the past. But we also have, with our emotions cards, we have letting go and forgiveness. And I just burped, so that's great. I wonder, I'm kind of seeing this situation, maybe the person you were fighting with at work, you end up developing feelings for, or vice versa, like they catch themselves catching feelings for you, and that just aids your relationship. If it's not that, if I look at it from like just a strictly HR approved friendship connection at work, it could be like an enemies to friendship in work sort of situation. There could also be an argument in your love life, like if you and your partner work different schedules, there could be an argument around the amount of time spent with each other and what each other needs. But this is a very short argument. We have short journey and dissatisfaction. So that just tells me that while there might be a hiccup, maybe there's a day where some astrology is like triggering each other or something. I don't know. I just feel like there might be a little hiccup, but it's nothing that can't be worked through. It's not a big blow up fight. It really just is like a petty, why don't you spend more time with me sort of situation is what I'm feeling. And I think this is also like reaffirming you. If you are in a committed relationship, or even if you're not, if this is a friendship or someone you're dating, you're seeing how disagreements can lead to mending, and disagreements don't always have to turn into a big blown out fight where everyone's swearing at each other and it's toxic. Like that doesn't have to happen. And you're noticing how healthy the people around you are because they come to you with their issues and they're emotionally open, they're vulnerable. Even if there is a small argument, it's not anything that overwhelms you. You still feel very grounded and you still feel the love despite any dissatisfaction that might be happening. This could also be your intimacy life could be picking up steam a little bit after a short period where you and your partner haven't engaged in intimacy in a long time, if you know what I mean. And it feels kind of like you've been focused on work, they've been focused on work or other responsibilities, just daily life stuff, and then before you know it, bam, it's been 2 months since we've made out with each other, right? And sometimes that's just the mundane life that we live, right, as humans. This increase in intimacy could be coming because of the good news you receive in your career. And something I'm also hearing, if you had been working really, really hard at a goal in your career and your relationship kind of had to take a little bit of a back burner, because you're reaching a goal in your career that you really wanted, now you're able to dedicate a lot more time to your loved ones. Let's pull tarot. What is happening in pile 1's love life this week, Spirit? Upright or reverse? They keep sliding out in the middle, and they're not upright or reverse. We have the Devil upright, so yeah, there's a little bit of spicy energy in this pile. You could be having a very fun, spicy night. You could also be engaging in some sort of smoking substance if you engage in that with a partner. I'm just thinking of the Devil's lettuce, and this on this Devil card, they are definitely smoking. So take with that what you will. This Devil card doesn't feel toxic. It feels more purifying, like the flames are purifying the world around her. And it's also, she's making a very sensual face, like she's posing for the camera. This is for a small group of you. Sorry to get specific. Some of you guys could be taking boudoir photo shoots and giving that to a partner. Or you're just feeling yourself a lot more sensually. You're feeling comfortable in your body as a sensual, sexual being, because you are. I'm also hearing some of you guys could be getting a tattoo or a piercing with your romantic partner, just to symbolize like your love or dedication to each other, or it could just be something fun on a whim that you guys do under substances. That could be happening. That's also very randomly specific, but these readings are for fun, especially like the week ahead readings. I feel like I can be a little bit more goofy and fun with them. So this is great. I'm loving this energy. Let me pull our Moonology card to see what is happening in your love life. And then we'll pull our advice, and then we'll move on to our last category. So, Spirit, for pile 1's love life, what is happening next in pile 1's love life? Okay. We have your hard work is paying off. Yeah. So that makes sense. For some of you, it's like, now I'm thinking of visas, or I'm thinking of paperwork. If some of you are in relationships where one of you is from a different country and you've had to wait for a visa application, or you've had to prove something to someone else in order to be closer to your partner, that is paying off. That is working out for you. You will be able to be in closer proximity with your partner. This could also be something to do with authority figures. Like, I'm thinking parents. You could be meeting someone's parents, or someone's parent is giving you the stamp of approval. Someone is getting over any difficulties they had in the relationship or with the concept of the relationship, if that resonates. Some of you could also be going on a fancy dinner date with someone, either someone from your work or someone you meet at like a gym. You could meet this person if you're single at the gym. You could be going, like, I'm just hearing like on a fun day out, like you're shopping or you're at a farmer's market. It's something casual. It's something unexpected, just day-to-day living. You could be getting your hair done. I just heard that, something about your hair, getting a haircut on the day you meet this person. Whatever it is, I feel like this person is going to be taking you on a nice dinner. And they might remind you of their dad or of your dad. So take with that what you will. Some of us, the relationships with our fathers can be interesting with our parents in general. But yeah, okay. Last advice. Is there any advice for pile 1? Ooh, that came out. We have the 2 of Cups, and what is this? Strength reversed. I'm getting a couple different messages. Don't be discouraged if you don't have these crazy butterfly feelings. Like if you do resonate with you're meeting someone kind of randomly and just deciding to go on a date, don't be shocked if it's not like love at first sight. Or if you're on a dating profile even, and you match with someone and you're like, I don't really know what this is going to be. Don't let that hold you back from at least meeting this person, because I think you might be surprised with how this turns out or how much in common you actually have. Because honestly, it's so hard to fully grasp someone's energy unless you're meeting in person and actually getting to sit down one-on-one and have those conversations with them. And I'm not saying that this date needs to be anything formal or like interview-like, but just keep yourself open to the possibility of meeting someone that you didn't really expect, or someone not quite your type. You'll have a pull to them for sure. It's not like you're going on a date with someone you find completely unattractive. I just think you won't have those instant butterfly feelings or nervous energy at first. And that might actually be beneficial on the date, because you're less nervous, so you're able to be more of yourself and let your light shine, and that helps in attracting this person, or it helps you feel confident enough to express yourself, which makes them express themselves, and then you end up liking their personality a lot more than you thought. For those of you in relationships, some of you could be feeling a little bit more tied to your partner this week as far as confidence-wise. So, that kind of makes sense with the argument energy we kind of had. Just know the rough seas are going to pass pretty instantaneously. It's not going to be anything too crazy. And the connection is so strong. And it does look in this card that there's a lot of mirroring energy. So if you're feeling something, they probably are feeling something similar or pretty close to exactly what you're feeling. But yeah, okay, that is your love life. In the next week ahead, we're gonna look at any last messages. Spirit guides for pile 1, last messages. Okay, we have the North Node in Cancer in the 7th house. You could be meeting someone very important on your spiritual journey. Also the next week ahead, whether that's dating-wise. And that kind of also went along with the career. So whatever sector it is, someone important is coming into your life that wants to nurture and protect you. You could be signing a contract with someone in like a nurturing or a caring field. Let's see. What else, Spirit? Last things, last advice, anything else you want to talk about? We have great worry over nothing, and karma, you will reap what you have sown. Yeah. You guys need to know you've built up some good karma, and some fated things were meant to happen right now. I think you're holding a lot of anxiety. Yeah, and then we have spiritual guidance and protection from harm. Things are looking up for you, and if you've been experiencing hardships, either financially, relationship-wise, career-wise, whatever, that is going to be swinging around. Also, I'm hearing if you noticed a dip in, like, well, I'm hearing engagement, but if you've noticed a dip in anything, that was temporary. That was just like a fluke thing. It's not anything to be super worried about. And this could even be like your health. If you noticed, I don't know, if you went to the doctor and something like a level was out of whack, and you're waiting on results back, or you're waiting to hear back, it's not anything bad. It really was just like you forgot to eat carrots for a month, and so you're deficient in this vitamin. Here, eat a carrot today and you're gonna be feeling fine. Like it's it's that type of energy where something might have spooked you a little bit, but it's gonna be fine. Like, it's fine. It's working out. It's working itself out. Any last advice? We have a win-win outcome is forecast. Yes. So if you were worried about whether a collaboration was going to go through, or I'm also hearing like you didn't want to step on someone's toes. You wanted to find a third solution so that you got the best of both worlds for something. That is happening for you. You don't have to sacrifice one of the things that are important to you for the other. Because you know how sometimes in certain seasons of our life, we'll have some seasons where, okay, we have to put like our love life on the back burner because our career really needs us, or maybe our family really needs us, and then, vice versa. Right now, I think you're coming into a state of balance where all areas of your life actually feel really nurtured and calm, and collected. So enjoy that energy while it comes to you. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you enjoyed this reading, feel free to give me a like. You could also subscribe here at Tarot Moods for more fun readings like this in the future. And you could also leave me a comment. I would love to know if any of this rings true, if any of this happens for you. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2. Thanks so much for being here with me today for your reading all about your week ahead. I almost said your fun week ahead. So sounds like some of you guys are going to be having a very fun week ahead. Let's go ahead and start with the Astro Dice. Kind of how I've been doing this reading. I've been doing it in 3 categories. The first category is going to be your career/finances. Second category is going to be your love and relationships. And third category is just going to be random last little tidbits or any advice, last little notes from your spirit guides. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So for Pile 2's career, what is happening the next week? We have Taurus, we have the 3rd house, and we have, is that Venus? Is that Venus or is that, Venus or Mercury? Let me see. That is Mercury. Mercury, okay. 3rd house is communications. Just right off the bat, and I'll pull more cards to clarify, but right off the bat, I'm hearing like if you had any issues with your throat, any issues with speaking, your throat chakra could be opening up. You could be finding your voice sounds more pleasant this week ahead. For my singers, my actors, performers, all of that. If you have a big performance coming up, that is going smoothly. People are going to be really enjoying what you are bringing to the show. There could also be significant recognition for something like that. I don't know. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. Y'all could be interviewing someone important, or they are interviewing you. You're traveling somewhere close. We have pay attention to your work, and we have money path. Okay. We'll pull one more, and then we have faith. Okay, yeah. So a little sus. We can't really see exactly what's happening right now, and I feel like you're not meant to. There is abundance materially coming your way. If you were worried about whether you were going to get a certain opportunity or whether like an audition or a presentation went well, but hold on, two different thoughts. If you were worried about whether something went well, you're receiving really good reviews about something. I'm also hearing you're receiving like a really nice review from someone you admire, someone you respect. And that kind of brings like a warmth to your heart, but it makes you believe in yourself more. If not, another message that came with that, it's like you're pushing forward on some sort of venture. You're really working towards it, and you're being fueled by pure faith. It's like you can't really describe why you're working towards this thing other than I'm passionate about it. I feel this strong pull. I literally can't not do this thing right now. It feels a little bit like a hyperfixation. So some of you guys could be finding a new hyperfixation surrounding your career, your career or finances. I'm also hearing like you're getting into stocks, or some of you guys could be betting on something, and of course I don't encourage gambling, but every now and then sometimes it's fun if there's something like I don't know, as long as it's healthy for you, you'll know. You're betting on something and you're winning more money back than you thought, or you're taking a risk on something and it's bringing you abundance in some sort of way. Let's go ahead and look at a Moonology card. Let's see what these cards have to say. For pile 2, please, Spirit, for their career and finances. We have New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. If you've felt called to help people through any sort of speaking or writing adventures, or if you are traveling a short distance to talk to someone, or you're meeting up with someone, I think it's going to be really meaningful to them that you showed up, or that like your words of encouragement really helped them through a harsh spot. It's almost like you don't even recognize at first the impact you had on them, but it's like after you have this conversation or you say something to someone and they're instantly like, oh my God, that is exactly what I needed to hear, or that is the exact solution to my issue. You're helping someone either get out of a funk or see the truth about something. And you're really healing them, whether you realize it or not. Interesting. Let's go ahead and pull out the tarot. What is happening the week ahead in their career? Ooh, too much. We have the Chariot, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the High Priestess reverse. This makes me feel like breaking out of imposter syndrome. This feels like reaching that flow state that artists always talk about. You're understanding what a flow state means to you and what it looks like and the steps it takes to get there. I'm also hearing like some of the conversation you're having with someone is something to do with a writer's block type of thing. You're giving advice that genuinely helps them push past their limiting beliefs. You're helping someone see the true them. If not this, someone is doing this and helping you see the truth about you. And after that, you're feeling full steam ahead. It's like you're being shot with energy. No matter who is helping who, the interaction itself is beneficial to both parties involved, or to all parties involved. This could also be like receiving positive recognition that you didn't think you were deserving of, and going back to that imposter syndrome message. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I do know, but I'm trying to think how to verbalize it. You're seeing how you have more impact than you think. And you could be learning this from someone impacting you deeper, and then you seeing them yourself in them, or vice versa. It's just very positive energy here in your career. You're feeling good about moving forward. You're feeling stable. You're by the end of this week, you're going to be knowing what the next steps are for you to take. And I do see hanging out with either friends or family, a close group of people. Because there's like, how many flowers is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 little flowers here, and they're all smiling, which is so cute. Hanging out with friends could be significant. Some of you guys are having more positive relationships with your coworkers. You could be moving from coworkers to friendship with the people you work with. And that's a nice transition, especially if you're new to a workplace. You're being welcomed with positive, open arms, or you're just getting past the initial awkward transition, and now people are seeing the real you, or I don't know. You're just really connecting with people and making them feel good this year. This week. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the love portion. So let's see what is happening in your love life this next week. For pile 2 is love life. We have the 10th house, we have Cancer, and we have Mars. Okay. For some of you, you are breaking through someone's thick outer shell. You're getting closer with someone that I'm hearing like you might think they're out of your league, but we don't need that here. No one's out of anyone's league, okay? Well, no, I'm not going to elaborate. If you know, you know. You know the vibe I'm trying to put down. And if you don't, well, sorry. I don't feel like explaining it. What is that? The Tamara Buttons girl? Actually, it only has to make sense to me for me to do it, and I don't feel like explaining it to anyone else. I'm also hearing your spouse could be gaining more recognition. Your spouse is showing you off. Your spouse wants to let you know they feel like you make them look good, or vice versa. Some of you are attending an event with your spouse. It could be kind of what we were talking about earlier, like if you're being given a reward, or you're being presented with something, or receiving positive feedback. Your spouse could be right there with you. Your partner could be there with you. You're meeting someone that you are definitely physically attracted to. Absolutely. Let's see, what else can we pull from this? For pile 2's love life the week ahead. Announcement and club. Let's see. We have money path again. I wonder if you and your spouse are reaching new levels in your career, so that's something to celebrate. This could also be a warning that maybe your spouse is getting offered something like a job position that's far away, having to move or having to take significant time away from each other. Or like this job position, if it's not like something drastic like that, it could be their hours are changing, so that means that you see them less for this period. And this is just for a select few of you, so don't take this if you're like, this doesn't sound like my partner, then it's probably not about your partner. For some of you, especially if you're dating and this person makes you feel pressured to kind of take care of them or pamper them, if not even that, it's just like you might feel pressure from someone if you're dating to do something that you really don't want to do. You're being encouraged to speak up about it. You don't have to engage in something that you don't want to do. But also, this could simply be like your partner is working different hours, so that means you're going to have to start making dinner. You know, it doesn't have to be anything drastic. Let's see what else we can get. Pile 2's love life, the week ahead. Okay. Oh, we have resentment. Yeah, make sure you're speaking up. If you're not liking something or if you're unhappy with the way certain things are, and this doesn't have to mean like you're breaking up, you know, but this could be some things have been building up within a relationship that either makes you feel uncomfortable or they feel uncomfortable about something. It's always good, I think it's a part of a very happy and healthy partnership of any kind to do check-ins every now and then. Like, do you feel supported? Do you feel like there's anything I could improve on as a partner or as a friend? Is there anything that we just need to discuss? So maybe if you've been feeling some tension with your partner, it could be time to speak up. If it's not a partner, maybe there's a significant friendship where you're just like, I don't feel like I'm getting what I want in return. So it's time for you to kind of speak up before that turns into some sort of resentment. Let's go ahead and get a Moonology card for some more clarity. For pile 2. Adjustments are required, yeah. Okay. There are definitely going to be changes that are coming up in this relationship this week. And if you don't speak your truth, nothing can get resolved. Like, you need to know you're not being annoying for asking for what you need. I don't know if that's like a core wound, and I can't really explain why I feel that right now. Like, the word annoying is specifically coming to me. You're not annoying, pile 2. And if someone is making you feel annoying, I'm gonna need you, for your sake and for my sake, because I don't want to catch a case, I'm gonna need you to smack. Nope, not smack. I'm gonna need you to not hypothetically. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna need you to metaphorically cut that shit down and make sure that no one is making you feel that way. And also, life is too short. And love is too good of a thing to spend it dealing with people who make you feel like you're less than, or who make you feel like your problems aren't worth being heard. Anyone who makes you feel that way, they don't deserve a spot in your life. Especially if they're unwilling to see from your perspective, they're unwilling to make reasonable changes that you have requested. If you're dealing with a man-child, I'm gonna need you to put on some Sabrina Carpenter and dance your way out of this situation. Last message for pile 2's love life. Is there any advice, anything? Yeah. The garden you need to worry about right now is your own. Let's see. Yeah. For some of you, there could be a breakup, or you could stop seeing someone because you just don't feel like they're taking you seriously enough. I do see a little bit more of independence here. And there is some disappointment, not gonna lie. And if you resonate with like your partner gets a position and now you see each other less, yeah, I could see some sadness here. Like sadness of not being able to see each other, sadness about certain aspects of the relationship that you really enjoy changing, and maybe this other person, it doesn't bother them as much, so you may feel a little bit alone in, like, I'm hearing grieving process, but like it doesn't have to be that serious when we're talking about this. But who knows, like, yeah, grieve, do your thing. Don't let me tell you how to feel. I just do feel like independence is going to be a big thing for you coming up. So, yeah, look out for that. And I think what you need to know is if anything leaves your life at this point, or if things change at this point, you're being encouraged to return all outward energy on yourself if things get overwhelming, or if you find yourself kind of getting stuck in these thought loops or thought patterns that just really aren't beneficial to you. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to final little tidbits, anything random, anything else that Spirit wants to mention about your week ahead. Last section, Spirit. We have the North Node in Scorpio in the 12th house. Careful around nightmares and reading into them too much. I think it's good to examine our dreams and kind of try to decipher if there's any spiritual wisdom trying to be passed to us. But sometimes dreams are just dreams and nightmares are just nightmares, and it doesn't need to be overanalyzed. And I think sometimes we can get stuck in certain thought loops and stuck in unhealthy coping mechanisms if we think too much, or if we spend too much time ruminating over the meaning of something, trying to find a deeper meaning. And it doesn't have to be specifically nightmares, but maybe ruminating about something that you don't quite understand, like an action you don't quite understand, or maybe you're being called to something that you don't quite understand, something a little more taboo, you're wanting to experience something that isn't super well known. Also, be aware of committing or locking yourself into some sort of commitment too early. And this I'm feeling is more, I don't know why, but I'm being pulled more towards some sort of career or even like a hobby. I want to tell you, there was one time, like, what is it now, 6 years ago, that I wanted to get into fitness, and I kind of fell for this little gimmicky fitness thing because I was like, I just want to like try. So I signed a thing thinking, oh, this is great. This is my new hobby. This is my new thing. And then I kid you not, after a month, I just didn't want to do it anymore. It just wasn't for me. But then I was in a contract. So just be aware of that. Don't sign any contracts right now. Don't get into any heavy commitment right now. Just wait to see how things go. Let's see. Ooh, this one fell on the floor. Yeah, and we have beware of self-delusion. Something I'm also hearing is like, beware or be conscious of the face that people present versus how they actually act. I think so often we can get latched or hooked onto the facade we're being sold, and because the facade feels so good, we don't want to recognize what is actually happening in reality. So you're being encouraged to maybe not look at things through such a spiritual lens right now. Really take a more grounded approach this week. Try to be more grounded. Try not to turn everything into a sign or to take everything as something spiritual. Your logical brain is going to be very beneficial for you this week. You guys also could be discovering something like a new hobby that is a little more underground. It's not practiced widely. It could be a little taboo, but it brings you a lot of joy. As long as you're not signing contracts like I did, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you discover. Then I guess I'm kind of running out of juice. It is, oh my god, it's 2 a.m., but we're almost 30 minutes in, so I feel like that's a decent length for a reading. Any last messages for pile 2? That is too much, but I will take it. Okay. Really quickly, before I fall asleep right here, right now. The first time something presents itself to you, don't feel pressured to take it on immediately. There could be something better, or if you hold out a little longer, you could negotiate a better either price or a better outcome for yourself. You need to know that you're being sought after for a reason, and if someone is presenting something to you and making it feel urgent or making you feel pressure, yeah, we were talking about that. You don't need to take action immediately. Have faith that better things are possible, because you might find a third solution. Also, if someone has an outburst around you, because I am saying someone might have an outburst around you over the next week, take it at face value. Take it as it is. I think there might have been a little bit of self-delusion around a specific person in your life. It does seem like a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be. Could be an authority figure, someone who really doesn't bode well with emotions. Like they don't care about. I'm legit hearing like this person is so far removed from their feeling body. Like they do not know what to do when they see other people feeling emotions except shut it down and kind of be cruel. So if you experience some of that this week, just know it is not personal. It's more about the other person and what they're experiencing and what they're unwilling to acknowledge and heal in their own personal life. Yeah, you don't got to deal with that energy. All right, pile 2, that is all I have for you for this reading. If you enjoyed this reading, feel free to give me a like. You could also subscribe here at Tarot Moods for more readings like so in the future. But you could also comment if this resonates, if it makes sense. You'll have to come back and let me know if this happened or how it was relevant to you and your situation. But all right, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. Thanks so much for being here with me today for your reading all about what is happening the week ahead. I just want to say I did wake up like maybe 15-20 minutes ago, and I just had a strong urge to do this reading because I was having a crazy dream, y'all. I was having a crazy fun dream, and I don't know why. We'll see what happens with the cards, but it felt like it could be relevant. My dream, I was in this crazy like worldwide competition. It similar to like Survivor, or I can't remember the is it called Race Against the World? Is it really called that? I don't know. Where the teams are like dropped in all these different locations across the world and they have to do challenges and slowly they're eliminated, etc., etc. It was kind of like those two combined, but then we also had a mythical creature. I don't know. Anyway, my dream is, the semantics of my dream are not important, but I wonder if some of you guys are enrolling in some sort of competition. We'll have to see. We're gonna start out, what I have been doing is doing career and finances first, and then love and relationships after that, and then we'll do any like last little tidbits or messages or advice that Spirit wants to come through really quickly. So let's go ahead and roll the Astro Dice. We will start with your career and finances. Actually, one more note before I get into that. Something about kindness in the competition. Like, if you are in a competition, but you're feeling like you don't want to be anyone but yourself, like maybe people are saying you won't win unless you do this, but that doesn't feel authentic to you, stick with your gut. Because I mean, I woke up before the end of the competition, but I was being myself, and I had my own strategy that other people weren't engaging in. And I think I was in top 3 by the time I woke up. So there's something about maintaining authenticity, especially in a competitive setting, not feeling like you have to succumb to the pressures of others or choose a different strategy. Okay, anyway. Pile 3's career. Okay, so we have the second house, we have Virgo, and we have the South Node. Something literal I'm hearing. If you're doing your taxes, I'm not sure how taxes work in other countries, but here in America, around this time is when everyone is gearing up to do their taxes. So if you're doing your taxes, there's something like paying attention to the detail could get you a bigger payout. You are checking a box or something that is new while doing your taxes. I don't know. You are receiving money. This could also be past efforts, past work paying off in a big way, if I'm not thinking of money literally. The attention to detail, though, is very important. It's like something that might have been overlooked by a lot of people you're pointing out, and it's saving the day somehow. Let's go ahead and see with Tea Leaf what is happening in Pile 3's career and finances. We have good news. We have the Elephant. And we have Needle and Thread. Okay. This is great. If you have been trying to manifest a different position in your career, even a different job. Hold on, my space heater is making a noise, and I don't want you guys to be hearing that. So I'm just gonna unplug it for now. If you guys have been applying to other jobs, you're looking to increase your status or move on to the next level, and maybe that's why we're hearing competition. Like it kind of is a competition to apply for a job, or it is kind of competition to be waiting on a raise or a promotion. I'm also hearing like the nick of time. That something about the nick of time is important. You're catching a mistake in the nick of time, which is setting you apart from a group, or you're noticing a detail that you can use to your strength as leverage. I wonder what this is. This also makes me think, you know how doctors spend so much time like studying? Sorry, my boyfriend is in med school, so he is studying a lot, so that might be why it's coming to my brain. But you know how they spend all this time studying? He'll sometimes just be telling me stories when he's on rotations, and he's just like, oh yeah, I remembered from school this one tiny detail, and it just helped me like save their life. And obviously all doctors should be like that, but it's there's something about your past efforts paying off. There's something about catching something in the nick of time. And also, a sincere wish is being granted here. We have good news. So if you are looking to change careers, if you are looking for a specific opportunity, I do see either you're receiving good news about that being in the works this week, or it is happening this week for you. Let's see what your overall emotion in your career is going to be this week. We have isolation. Okay, working really hard. Working alone. If you work in a big team, you could be transitioning where you're working alone. Some of you guys could also be going on vacation too. That's another thing. If we're looking at this, you're going on a little vacation this week, taking your brain off of studying or taking your brain off of your career. Another message, some of you guys could be feeling a little lonely in your position, having issues connecting with the people around you. And for some of you, maybe these people around you sense a big move coming up, or I don't know, because I could see two situations, like the insecure people at your work see you working really hard, see you going above and beyond, and they feel threatened or they feel jealous, so they kind of isolate you from the group. I hope that's not going on, but I know it is possible, so I'm going to be real and say, like, that could happen. That could be something that you're resonating with. On the other hand, it could just be like, while you're surrounded by good people or decent people, you have a decent team, you just don't really vibe well. You would rather either work alone, or maybe you're just that type of person where you're like, I would like to focus on work at work. I don't want to do the personal life at work. Some of you are feeling like the only one who is working as hard as you are, and maybe that's true, but maybe this is a time for you to be working this hard. I'll expand. I just felt called to use the Moonology right now. Sorry guys, Cricket is here. She has been fed. Don't let her fool you. You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, that makes sense. Something unexpected is pulling through here. Or maybe you do expect it, but I feel like it's going to be a big sigh of relief this week for you. And the fact that we have a gibbous moon here, it's not quite full. So think of a timeline right before the next full moon. That would be cool if it lines up whenever you're seeing this reading. You could be hearing good news this week, but the full results of that good news comes right before the next full moon, like a couple days before. Some of you are healing your relationship with loneliness. And I know, hear me out, it sounds a little weird, but it's like you're realizing you might be alone, but you don't have to feel lonely. How does that relate? This could be like you're the only one who's seeing a certain job prospect as profitable. You're seeing an opportunity for the gold that it is, while others maybe make fun of it, or they don't understand it fully, they don't support it. You're seeing the diamond in the rough about a certain situation, and you're the one doing the polishing alone. You're the one who is really working to see the diamond. You have a vision, and it might be a solo vision. I also heard solo prospects could be happening for you, going back to working alone. Maybe you're working from home, working in an environment that makes you feel a lot more grounded. I just don't feel this isolation card to be too bad. Yeah, you'll resonate with the message you resonate with. So let's go ahead and pull out the tarot. What is happening next in their career? We have the Three of Wands. Yeah, this definitely makes me think you're leaving a situation. Also, creativity. I don't know if you're in an environment where it's a little stifling for you creative-wise. Like you don't have much say in how things look or how it's presented to the world. I'm also hearing like you're the most creative person on the team, and because of that, you have all of these brilliant ideas. But maybe it gets shut down because these people just don't understand the creative vision. They're very like corporate, they're very like black and white, and you have quite a flair to you. What came out? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. We have some sort of independent venture or a message of like, don't let other people's small minds keep you from growing your garden. I've recently noticed I've been seeing the Nine of Pentacles as a literal garden. So I've been liking that analogy a lot recently. Yeah, definitely some sort of independent venture. As far as finances, let's see. Finances the next week. We have strength. I almost said the star. If you've been waiting on like an investor or something to pull through that is pulling through for you, you could be receiving more money than you actually thought you would. Something is worth more money than you originally thought. I'm also hearing like your savings account is going to be fine if you feel like you've been dropping in your savings. Don't worry. Things and resources are coming to fill that back up. You need to know you have a guide that watches over you very, very heavily in your career. It's almost like this guide came into your life strictly to watch over your career and to make sure you make it to your goals. And while they are a little stern, they're very practical with you. They know you have what it takes. So that's why they might be a little hard on you, or that's why things might take a little longer. This guide really wants to make sure you are set up for success. So they are working behind the scenes to help you. They care a lot, but they want to make sure you are planted in an environment that actually is suited for your growth. Oh my God, do you guys hear my neighbor next door? I don't know what they're doing. It sounds like he's throwing chairs. Okay, that's all I have for your finances and your career. Let's move on to your relationships and your love life. Ooh, I just brushed you. Sorry about that. You get a little pat from me. All right, spirit guides, pile 3. Their love and relationships. What is happening? We have Jupiter in Aquarius in the 8th house. Okay. Some of you, if you are with your partner, you could be experimenting a little bit in the bedroom, is what I'm hearing. If not the bedroom, you could be exploring new ways of intimacy, new ways of finding deeper understanding. Maybe you and your partner are reaching a deeper level of commitment. You could be getting engaged or moving to the next level. It does feel like masculine energy could be prevalent here. And there's some sort of celebration that could happen with this. I'm hearing engagement. So some of you guys could be getting engaged this week. So sorry if I spoiled the plans. If not that, it feels like you're seeing a new side of your partner a little bit under the surface. They're being a little bit more vulnerable with you. You could be having discussions about money. Maybe your partner or you come into a lot of money here soon. So you're discussing what to do with that money. It just feels like you're reaching a deeper phase in this relationship. Now, for my singles, you guys might be meeting someone or going on a date with someone who is more well off than you, and it might be a bit of a change. I feel like this person, while they're a bit unconventional, they're not very traditional, they're very forward thinking, they still have this urge to provide, they still have this masculine energy to give to others, I feel like they have been very fortunate, and they're aware of that, and they're the type of person that wants to share their blessings with other people. This could be pretty new energy for you. We'll have to see what the cards say, but I think you're going to be enjoying it. This could also be you're meeting someone that will be in your life for a really long time. You're signing a contract with a certain company, and this could be something I'm getting. I mean, maybe you guys are becoming a pilot, or you're becoming some sort of, what's it called? A flight attendant, a flight stewardess. Whatever it is, it feels like in the next week, if you meet someone, they could be very important to you, or you could have some sort of past life energy with them. However, they do feel like they have been very blessed financially. So let's go ahead and see the cards for their love and relationships. We have good luck. We also have the rat. Let's see. New home, new attitude, and announcement. I'm not taking the rat as a literal someone is working behind you or someone is meddling in your relationships. You could, if you do resonate with this energy, I want you to know it'll be found out pretty quickly. If someone's doing any shady business, it's kind of like they're not very good at hiding it, so you would be able to call them out if you wanted. Or someone that you love and trust is coming to you with information. They're saying, hey, love you bunches, just letting you know this person is not who they say they are, and they are talking badly about you behind your back. You guys seem to have pretty good relationships around you, at least over the next week. But yeah, I wouldn't pay the rat too much attention. If we think about those in relationships, like a deeper commitment, you could be moving in with this person. And there is a big theme about luck. I mean, we have Jupiter, and we have the good luck. We have the horseshoe here. You're just having really good luck. It's like you're finding your person, you're finding someone that you can have a long-term relationship with, or by combining or taking the next step, reaching a new level in your relationship, it is bringing both of you guys good luck. Especially if you're moving in with each other. I don't know, like moving in with each other could increase your abundance, obviously, because you'll be splitting bills with another person. But also something about luck, like you find the perfect house. Maybe you're buying a house with a partner and you're signing a contract. That could also be relevant here. And you were surprised with the quality of the house that you were able to buy. Okay, let's see our Moonology cards. Let's see what we've got. What else for pile 3's love and relationships? Actually, this one. Okay, we have balanced spirituality and practicality. This makes me think of taking a dream and turning it into reality. For those of you who are single, I don't know if you've made a list recently, like you won't be in a committed relationship with someone unless they have these qualities, and it's like you're shocked at how quickly that manifested for you. You're kind of like, oh, I could have only dreamed of this person, but you're real. How are you real? Oh my God, like we're here, you're here. There's also this idea of being cautious, of being too lost in the sauce with the connection. Make sure you're still showing up for the things that you gotta do. If you've been hanging out with someone and you've been letting your chores kind of stoop off to the side, maybe take a day and really just focus on getting things in order. It could also be you're going on a date and you're just so lost in the sauce with them that you forget about some sort of responsibility. Maybe you had a meeting you were supposed to attend, or maybe there was something else you were supposed to do. So just be cautious. Maybe have maybe have reminders set up on your phone. I think you're just going to be having a really fun experience this week in your love and relationships. Also something heartfelt, like you're seeing a more emotional side of someone, which kind of goes along with what we were saying. Let's pull some cards. What's happening in pile 3 is love life over the next week. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed, and we have Temperance reverse. This is a very specific message, so you'll know if this is actually for you. If some of you are questioning whether to call off of work to go out on a date or to spend more time with someone you're seeing, this is a little encouragement, and this could be the guide that was coming through earlier in the reading during your career section. They're saying, don't you dare. Don't do that. Think of your future self. It's always good to pace things too. I see you pacing things. I see you finding the balance, especially if you've been a little head over heels for someone, trying to practice restraint, trying to focus on daily life, and then slowly incorporate this person into your daily life. If I think of business relationships, yeah, I think if you were to call out, I'm not saying, like, okay, maybe this is the rat. If you were to call out, maybe someone new, like you're calling out to be with your relationship partner, and someone might be ratting on you. So just don't do that because I don't know, it could just create a little bit of like complications and drama that you don't need in your life. Also, I do have a message. Some of you could be seeing someone at the same time you're meeting. Let me clarify. When I mean seeing, it could simply be like you're dating someone, but it's not official. Like I'm talking very early dating, getting to know someone. You could be dating multiple people while you are also meeting this really great person that is coming into your life. That could be a long-term relationship, and it might trigger someone if you're shutting them down. You're like, hey, I met someone I actually really get along with. You might have to have these conversations with certain people where you're like, it's been great getting to know you, but I think I found someone I'd like to really strengthen a commitment to, so I wish you the best. Someone could be getting upset at you and saying mean words that just come straight from their ego. So just beware of that. You could be pissing someone off because you're finding love. Or this could be like a situationship in the past is seeing you being very happy in love if you are in a committed partnership. And they're really frustrated. They're really feeling the effects there. They feel like I don't like this energy. It's like they feel like you belong to them. I don't know if that was a theme with an ex of yours, but yeah, someone is like, no, you're mine. No, this can't be happening. No, this is a betrayal. But it's like, brother, we've been done for like years. What are you talking about? Yeah, someone's frustrated that they didn't utilize their opportunity properly, and it's almost like they didn't expect you to move on. They just always figured you would be there. They thought of themselves much more highly, and they thought they had a much greater impact on your life than they actually did. This is very much ego energy, and yeah, they're feeling frustrated. They're feeling mad at you, so just be cautious. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that too much. But, okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't pull an emotions card. Let's see what your primary emotion is going to be in your love and relationship. We have courage. Yay. Yeah. Courage to take the next step. Courage to put yourself out there. Courage to go on dates. Yeah. Okay, I love this. Feeling ready to strengthen a bond with someone. Okay, let's go ahead and see the last messages for my pile threes. Any last tidbits? Of course, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. What else, Spirit? Any last things? Okay, what is this? Is this Uranus? Hold on. We have Gemini, we have the 12th house, and I believe that's Uranus. Let me look. I get some of the outer planets confused, and so I have to look at my astrology book and make sure I'm not talking out my booty. Yeah, it's Uranus. Okay. Unexpected communication or unexpected brilliant ideas coming to you. This could literally kind of be similar to what I experienced this morning. You're having a dream that gives you a brilliant idea, or someone is communicating with you through your dreams. You're having a really impactful experience through the dream world and through the 5D that sends like shock waves, is what I'm hearing, sends shock waves throughout your day-to-day life. This could be some sort of shocking news, like your intuition is being confirmed about something through a dream. Or signs and symbols are coming to you. If you've been praying for a sign or a symbol about something, that is coming to you. It does feel rather shocking. Very unexpected, though. It's like you're not directly seeking out this information. It's coming to you whenever it's ready to be delivered. Let's see. What else, Spirit? Okay. We have shark. We have tent. And we have happiness and well-being. Someone could be trying to tarnish your name, but it's not working. Like someone is trying to have a greater impact on your life or greater control over your life, but it's not working. It's very much this energy of you'll let them win the battle, but in the end you win the war. So it's like you're appeasing someone's ego, or you're having to appease someone's ego to make them like just drop something. And in the long term, that ends up working for you. I don't really like this energy, so I'm gonna move on. What else, Spirit? You have reflection. You could be acting as a mirror for people, and those who are uncomfortable seeing themselves could be very frustrated. They could be really upset. And also I'm hearing this mirroring that is happening, whether you're doing it consciously or unconsciously. It's like triggering people to show you their true colors this week. Your growth or your expansion, this brilliant idea. Pay attention to how people treat you this week, what they say to you directly, how they react in certain situations. I think you are going to be seeing the true nature of how people feel about you, both the very positives and maybe a little bit of negative. There's also like the right people will, if you're reflecting growth, positivity, light, and anything you want to present, the people on the similar vibe are going to be drawn to that. Because they see that in you, they see that in themselves, and like-minded individuals are coming to help aid you. Let's see. Another message I'm just getting randomly. I'm not looking at the card. This is about something else. But if you are being pressured to sign something, maybe don't. Maybe wait a week. If they're unwilling to wait a week for you to sign this contract, then I don't think this situation is for you. Wait a week and really think over something. Pay attention to anything that's kind of being pushed onto you, because I don't know if it's in your best intentions. We also have your commitment is being tested. I think this is Spirit like, okay, we're giving you this brilliant idea, or we're delivering you this message. Now what do you do with it? And I think if you take action, then it's kind of a green light for your spirit guides. They're like, okay, they received the message, they took action, so now let's communicate more, let's give more. It's like, it's honestly like a relationship, you know? If you expect someone to help you out or to give you advice, if you're not listening to their advice, it's going to get annoying. Not saying that you're annoying, but the person delivering the advice over time is going to be like, well, you don't listen to me anyway, so why should I give you the best advice? Just pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities you receive this year. This week. My sense of time is all over. Okay, last messages, please, for... Okay. We have the Sun and we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Your energy is capable of reaching a lot more people right now or having a greater impact on the world. There could be something astrologically highlighting one of your houses. Whatever it is, there's like a window of opportunity that where you are shining brightly and your talents can be on display. So this is kind of a message of don't feel pressure to back down from the competition. Going back to that message of competing. Don't be afraid to shine your light and to show others who you really are. It might trigger some people, but it's also not your responsibility to manage their triggers. If you shining makes someone uncomfortable, that says more about the work that they need to do rather than you. You don't need to accommodate them. The other message is, while you are having this portal experience right now where you're shining brightly, there is a potential to get lost in the more social aspects instead of utilizing this energy for career growth or material growth. There's something that you need to be dedicated towards right now. There's something that has the chance to impact others in a really positive way. But if you are just using this positive energy solely to just have fun and be more social, then you could waste this energy. So pay attention to that. Without further ado, that is the reading I have for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to give me a like. Also, feel free to subscribe here at Tarot Moods for more readings like so in the future. You can also leave me a comment if you so feel called. I would love to know if any of this is accurate, especially if like my dream was accurate. That would be really cool. But I'm going to leave this here. I love you bunches. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye, pile 3.